Your thoughts?
What? What? Who?
Nice.
Good morning. 9:02 is the time on this 20th day of March. The day after primary day. Thank you all for tuning in to RiverBender.com last night and hanging out with us for about an hour and a half. And now we keep moving on towards November. At 9:02, before we do top of the hour news, we have a great show lined up for you. We're going to talk to Michael over at Edison's here in about 18 minutes or so. And then around 10:30, we're going to talk to Ashley Pryor from Always Late TV Movie Award Show. I have the awards to I have an award to present this weekend. On Sunday, I'll be at Lewis and Clark at Hathaway Hall for their awards presentation, and I'll be bestowing a few honors myself. We'll talk about the award show and all the fun that comes with that. But at 9:02, here's what's happening around the Riverbend. Make sure you sign up for your daily email update, and you'll never miss out. You can join myself and over 70,000 people in the know each and every day of the work week with around the Riverbend. My apologies. We'll take you to Edwardsville first. Chris Lesser captured the Republican Party chairman nomination for the chairman's seat on Tuesday night and said he was humbled and extremely thankful about the results. Slesser won by an 11,704 to 7,156 margin, with 191 precincts reporting out of the 191. He also agreed that he had a gracious conversation with Kurt Prenzler, the present Madison County chairman, when Prenzler conceded. He said that Kurt had built a pretty good brand for himself and he was a formidable opponent. Slesser said honestly he thought the vote would be closer than it ended up, but again he emphasized he was just thankful for all the strong support he received from the voters. Slesser said when he saw the initial results, he thought it would be difficult for Mr. Prenzler to come back, but he didn't want to take anything for granted until the end. Slesser will have 8 months before he occupies the new position and said he still has a lot to do with the treasurer's position and also to start working on his plans to be chairman. I want to give God all the glory for this campaign. He said the campaign got ugly at times, but God gave me a sense of peace to get through the storm. My family helped me get through it. Tonight, to win by this big margin of a victory was very validating. The new Republican chairman nominee said it was also a special night for both the McRae and Slesser families, as Patrick McRae received the treasurer's Republican nomination for the county. He said the two families had known each other for many years and were all good friends. We'll take another closer look at the circuit clerk, at the county board chairman race, We'll talk about the circuit clerk race in a mere moment. Kurt Prenzler, the incumbent Madison County Board chairman, said late Tuesday night he did contact his Republican opposition in the primary, Chris Slesser, to congratulate him and had a good conversation with Mr. Slesser. It was a difficult race, Prenzler said of the chairman's contest in the primary election. I want to also thank all of my supporters who worked very hard for my campaign. Tonight was not our night. I worked very hard with the campaign. I felt I have always had a focus on property taxes as both the chairman and previously as treasurer. Prenzler said he felt taxpayers in the county needed to be defended and that he had done his best to accomplish that in his time in office. Prenzler also said he will begin to turn the page eventually, but it's difficult because he has been so focused on the primary race. He left us with one quote, "I did my very best," he said of his campaign for the chairman's seat. As we take a look at the circuit clerk side of things for Madison County, the results are in, and after primary night in Madison County, Patrick McRae has beat Stephen Adler for the circuit clerk Republican nomination. McRae took 57.5% of the vote, which amounted to 10,193 votes total with all precincts reporting. Adler took the remaining 42% of the votes, which amounted to 7,528 total votes. A statement from Mr. McRae: "It felt really good to come out on top tonight. I know my wife, my kids, my family, my friends, they've just been incredibly helpful. I'm super blessed to have them and the good Lord with me on this," McRae said. He continued, "It got really nasty. The primary itself was just very negative from the other side, and I just tried to run a clean race as best I could and stick to my record and my opponent's record. And I think the voters saw through the fake news. I was just really excited to come out on top." That was the end of his initial statement. McRae currently serves as the Chief Deputy Treasurer under Madison County Treasurer Chris Slusser. He left us with a final statement: "I feel incredibly blessed, and I'm humbled to have the support of so many people. It feels great to have such a commanding victory in this primary election." Overall, in Madison County, County voters did turn out on March the 19th, and we do have the full recap of the overall races throughout the county. We already touched on Madison County Board Chairman's race and the Circuit Clerk race. However, let's take a look just down the ballot from Sidney Sinks. Incumbent Tom Hain ran unopposed for state's attorney. He earned 16,361 total votes. David Michael, the current county auditor, ran unopposed and received 15,096 votes for that auditor position. Nicholas Novicic ran unopposed for his first term as coroner and received 15,416 total votes. Several county board member seats were up for grabs last night. Frank Dickerson ran unopposed in the 3rd District and received 998 total votes. In District 23, unopposed incumbent Paul Nikolausley received 594 votes. Chris Guy ran unopposed in District 25 and took 851 total votes. In District 7, incumbent Michael Turner and challenger Linda Ogden went head-to-head, with Linda Ogden taking 508 votes to Turner's 446, Linda Ogden winning that race. Incumbent Robert Pollard received 213 total votes for District 12. Donald McAllister walked away with 309 votes. Pollard, as a Democrat, and Donald, as a Republican, will run against each other in the general election for the District 12 board seat. Incumbent Matthew King, a Democrat, received 214 total votes in District 13. Bryn Kinkelo, as a Republican, took 472 votes. My apologies on the last name. They will run against each other in the general election race in November for the District 13 board seat. In District 15, incumbent Terry Eaker took 480 votes total to challenger Bob Coles, as he took 189 votes, Terry Eaker winning that contest. Incumbent Ryan Needler received 404 votes total for District 22. Challenger Linda Wolf walked away with 440 votes, winning that contest. And an open seat in District 24 led to a matchup between Fred Schulte and Dwight Kays. Schulte received 450 votes total to Mr. Kays' 398 votes total. Mr. Fred Schulte, a Republican, and the Republican did win that District 24 board seat nomination. In District 26, incumbent Jason Palmero received 366 votes total to Douglas Matthews' 291 votes, receiving the Republican nomination for the District 26 board seat. As we take a look at Macoupin County, Dalton Brown reporting out of Carlinville in a widely uncontested primary election at the county level. Macoupin County only saw 2 contested local races for circuit court judge and committee person in the 2024 primaries. The most competitive local race this year was the Republican race for circuit court judge for the 7th Judicial Circuit, in which 3 candidates competed for the party's nomination. With all precincts reporting, the unofficial results were Thomas Denby leading by a landslide, 63.2% of the vote, to Jonathan Verticchio's 23.4% of the vote, and Aaron Bellum with 13.28% of the vote. The other contested race saw Republicans Sally Ann Carnes and Lisa A. Astomborski face off for their party's nomination for Dorchester committee person. Carnes took the lead with 64.9% of the vote, defeating Astomborski, who received 35% of the vote. This November, Carnes will face Democrat James Goltz, who ran uncontested this election as his party's nominee for Dorchester committee person. For full Macoupin County election results, they're available on a hyperlink on RiverBender.com. Out of Carrollton, Greene County Republican voters have chosen their party's nominee for state's attorney in the county's only contested race of the 2024 primary. Donnie Schaff secured the Republican nomination with 70.36% of the vote, with Dana Church Schweitzer receiving 29.64% of the vote. Swaff and Church Schweitzer competed as the hopeful party nominees after incumbent Greene County State's Attorney Caleb Briscoe announced he would not seek re-election. Unopposed county-level races in Greene County included Shirley Thornton, the Republican nominee for Circuit Clerk, and Bradley Milnes, the Republican nominee for Coroner. No Democrats ran at the county level in this year's primary election. Dalton Brown reporting out of Jerseyville that unofficial results are in for the 2024 primary election in Jersey County. With all precincts reporting, this year's election saw a contested race for the Republican Circuit Clerk nomination and a public question regarding a 0.5% sales tax increase for public safety purposes. Mitch Reynolds was chosen as the Republican nominee for Circuit Clerk, defeating incumbent Daniel Sheeter. Reynolds received 62% of the vote, followed by Sheeter's 17.8% of the vote. Two other challengers, including Kathy Young with 14.28% of the vote and Paula Don with 5.2% of the vote. Reynolds will run unopposed in the general election in November. As of now, as no Democrat candidates ran for Circuit Clerk nomination in this primary, we'll keep you posted if any details do emerge on that. Jersey County voters overwhelmingly rejected a proposed sales tax increase of 0.5% for public safety reasons, with a vote of 71.28% against and 28.72% in favor. The question specifically appeared on the ballot as follows: to pay for public safety purposes, shall Jersey County, Illinois, be authorized to impose an increase on its share of a local sales tax of 0.5%? Hold on here. Sorry. And in failure means Jersey County shoppers will not pay additional 50 cents for every $100 of retail goods purchased. Jersey County Sheriff Nick Manns and members of the Jersey County Board previously claimed funds would have gone towards improving public safety facilities, including, but not limited to, the Jersey County Courthouse. The only other contested races in Jersey County included nominations for county board seats for 2 districts. 3 candidates ran for each seat, and voters were asked to select up to 2. In District 1, Jared Hayes and Kenneth A. Grizzle took the top 2 spots, while Craig Bailey came in third for the race. For District 2, Republicans Benjamin Hetzik with 47.1% of the vote and Marty Ward with 37.5% of the vote secured their party's nomination for the county board position. All other Republican candidates ran unopposed in this primary election. The lack of Democratic candidates means only Republican who will face a Democratic challenger in November is Sarah Porter, who will face off against Gene Hefner for a spot on the precinct committee for Elsa number 2. Full Jersey County election results for the 2024 primary are available with a hyperlink on RiverBender.com. Out of Edwardsville, SoCal Soul Plants and Gifts is thrilled to announce the grand opening of its first location at 301 North Main Street in Edwardsville. The much-anticipated event is open to the public and scheduled to take place this Saturday from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. SoCal Soul is a custom plant shop that offers a unique selection of houseplants, succulents, and botanical treasures to elevate any living space. You can join them on Saturday, March the 23rd as they celebrate the grand opening of SoCal Soul. Whether you're a seasoned plant parent or just beginning your green journey, there's something for everyone to discover at SoCal Soul. For more information, you can visit SoCalSoul.com. Out of Los Angeles, Savannah Brandon, a former runner for Edwardsville High School and University of Illinois Springfield, finished 12th in the women's race at the Los Angeles Marathon presented by ASICS on Sunday, March the 17th. Brandon's time was 3 hours, 3 minutes, and 16 seconds, placing second in her age group in the race, which started at Dodger Stadium and went through the downtown area, Echo Park, Hollywood, West Hollywood, and ended up at the Avenues of Stars in Century City. Brandon's pace for the marathon stayed below 7 minutes per mile, ending up with a 6-minute 59-second mile time, with her final time just off of the Olympic qualifying time of 2 hours, 37 minutes flat. More than 25,000 runners competed in the marathon and half-marathon races for men and women in the tournament. Brandon, who is originally from Glen Carbon, is a graduate of Edwardsville High and University of Illinois Springfield, is currently a fourth-year student at SIU Medical School, and was a member of the cross-country and tracks teams for both the Tigers and Prairie Stars. As we take a quick look at weather here at 9:16, it's 39 degrees. It feels like 45 today, breezy and cooler with plenty of sunshine. Severe weather is already being predicted on Monday or Monday night. They want you to check back to the RiverBender.com weather desk often, as more updates will be coming through. Tonight, only a few notes, and that's partly cloudy and colder. Temperatures will reach 52 degrees today, drop down to 29 overnight on on Thursday, a high of 46 degrees, a low of 34. On Friday, an 80% chance that we're getting some rain, a 67-degree high and a 34-degree low as we head into Saturday. On Saturday, a high of 51, a low of 36, and on Sunday, a high of 60, a low of 48. Let's take a brief look at downtown Alton. You can see this sky cam in real time all the time at RiverBender.com/weather. And for time and temperature throughout the day, 618-465-4545. This time powered by Tom Lane. He is your local State Farm agent. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come back with more of our daily show here on this Wednesday morning right after this on RiverBender.com. Is it time to buy, sell, or even time to consider a short sale of your property? Meet Lisa Webb, owner of 3rd Street Realty. This local, women-owned, family-operated realty group has over a decade of experience in foreclosures, first-time home buying, and so much more. 3rd Street Realty prides themselves on holding your hand through the entire process. Let their expertise guide you to your dream home. Visit 3rdstrealty.com and start your journey with Lisa Webb today.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
DJ Mikey.
This is where I am today. Let me show you where I started.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today. Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ. Welcome back, 922. It's the 20th day of March. Carolyn West in the studio. Godfrey Methodist Women's Club, that rummage sale. It's back here again.
Yes, yes it is.
And I may or may not have scared Carolyn. I am just picking myself up today. I'm all over the place today, Carolyn. And I'm always excited to talk about the rummage sale. Has this hit 50 years?
Yeah, this is the 50th year to do this, yes.
That is incredible.
Yes.
For anything to go on that long is a testament to the organization of the event.
Yes. 25 years ago, I had stepped out of the workforce, and I stepped into the ladies group at our church, and they were going to give up on the rummage sale because they just didn't think they were making enough art. So me, who says, well, I've done yard sales before. I can do this. Boy, I was wrong. It's a lot more work. And the first year, I wasn't sure I was going to survive it. But the second year, I had two wonderful, wonderful women that I call them my angels that floated down. And they were twins in our church, Sherilyn and Marilyn. And they said, would you like us to help? They didn't get a period on the end of that sentence, let me tell you.
Yes!
And so then for the next up to 15 years, we worked together. We lost Sherilyn 2 years ago. We just clicked. You know how you can click with some people? They were just wonderful to work with. We had another lady that came on board, and then I got a committee. I says, it just kept growing and growing and growing, this sale. So I got a committee, and the lady that worked with me a lot and she did a lot of wonderful things. She stepped back this last year, but the two that are going to take my place after 25 years, I've said, these old legs are just about done. So I will help with it. I'm just not going to chair it anymore. And we have two wonderful ladies named Shirley and Jean who are stepping in, and they have worked in the sale for a long time.
Oh, that's good.
So it's just learning all the background.
Absolutely.
It's a lot of background to getting this ready.
Well, it's got to feel bittersweet for you on this time around, with this being your last as the committee chair on this. And, how does it feel really after 25 years to say, after really saving the event from going under to where it is now, where you have so many people coming in and out?
Oh, my gosh, yes.
That's got to feel awesome.
There's pluses and minuses. I love anything that I do in the church, and I do a lot in the church. That's what energy I have goes there. But this one, I've been preparing to step back for a couple of years. So this one hasn't been so bad, but helping the ones that are coming in and going and just being there and being a part of it, I will probably always be a part of it. It's just, I just want to let the main strings go so somebody else can take it over. And new blood helps a lot of times. Different ideas, different ways of doing things. But they're doing wonderful. The fact that they have worked with this rummage sale is a big plus for the ladies because they know how we operate. They know how the departments do. They know how we want a very, very clean and nice rummage sale because we turn that church into a department store.
Right, literally.
Literally. The whole church is turned into a department store. And so anyhow, in doing that, and our men are wonderful. They will come in on Sunday before we start working on Monday, the 8th. Then we work all week long. But I'll go ahead and give you the dates and stuff and what's going on.
Well, and that's what I wanted to hit on. But I
Sure.
just wanted to touch on really briefly just the committee and some of that overall, just community that you guys have in the church and all the work that goes in because it is a lot of work to get this going.
It's the weekend of August. It's the weekend of April 12th and 13th. It's from on Friday the 12th. It's from 4 to 7. By the time this thing is to open at 4, okay? We have a $2 donation. By 3 to 3:30, we have people lined up from where we take the money all the way across the lot back into the parking lot. We average around 200 to 225 when the doors open. So I say this with complete respect. When we open the doors, we kind of stand back because the people they're very respectful, very nice, and we have a lot of followers, a lot of people that ask about it, and they're there. So on Friday night, the 12th, we are from 4 to 7 o'clock. Okay. And we have baskets available if people want them to put things in. We have a holding area. So if you've done your shopping and your arms are full and you just take it over to the holding area, they will give you a ticket and they will hold that for you. And if you want to go back in, then you can do it that way.
I love it. And too, the pre-sale again, folks, is Friday night,
Yes.
$2 donation to get inside the pre-sale, 4 to 7 p.m. Over there at the church at Godfrey First Methodist Church.
Yes, it's Godfrey First United Methodist Church, and we are at 1100 Airport Road. It's pretty easy to see it. You go to Cedarhurst, there's a facility right there, and we're back a little bit, but the church is very easy to see.
It's such a nice church.
Yeah,
It really is. And sorry, I just want to point out, Carolyn,
Sure.
I missed my line where it said, CJ, read here when on that last one.
And
Saturday.
Then we have we're open on Saturday from 8 to 10. There's no donation from 8 to 10. Anybody can come in. And then from 10 to 11, we have a bag sale. And you can buy as many bags as you want for $1. And actually, when we say what you can get in the bag, if somebody comes in and there's a bedspread and sheet set and pillowcases, it is not going to fit in that grocery sack. So we just say, just come and show us. And in fact, you can leave it here for a while if you want to and take another bag or do whatever you want to do. And that really helps us get things out.
Right.
For sure. And so it takes approximately 35 to 40 people to pull this off between checkers, baggers. We get the ROTC from Alton. I cannot praise these young people enough.
Absolutely.
First of all, just the ROTC in general. But the young people, that we have a young man named Kian, and he helps us get these young people, young men and young women. And you don't have to tell them much. They just kind of look around and see. They help bag, they help sort, they help get out to cars and everything like that. And then we've had some of the young people from the Alton National Honor Society.
Oh, yeah, they're wonderful, too.
Yeah, and so they help us. And then on 3 evenings, you can bring stuff starting Monday, the 8th of April, from 9 until approximately 3. You can bring it to the turnaround in the church. You come all the way down, and then there's a turnaround. And we have men there to help unload. And these young people help with that. Like I said, the bagging, helping people get out to their car. And they're just very, very respectful. If anyone has if you need something picked up, say you, especially we have a number of women who are widows. If you haven't and you can't get it there, or you've got a couch but you don't have a truck, if you will call myself or call the church, it'll get to me. And we have men that will come and pick this up to help people who within the church that cannot do that, because we have quite a few that are like that.
I completely understand.
Sure.
Did you just say a couch?
Yeah.
So I wanted to clarify that because I want to ask about the items on display, because when we say department store, we talked about this last year. It's a real department store. This is amazing.
We already have a couch and a chair. We have 2 couches and a chair we've already been scheduled to pick up. Yeah, we have. Let me try to describe. We have furniture. And then it's placed around wherever we can put it in. And everything is so reasonable because we want it to go out. When you walk into the department store, those things are individual, like 25, 50, 70. If you go in and you want a set of pots and pans, you go to the housewares department. That's all individually placed, washed. We are the hardest working, and I say sometimes the goofiest women, but it'll sell quicker. And we have got it priced really to go out. We'd rather make a quarter on something and it go out the door than put $1 on it, and we still got it on Saturday afternoon because then it just goes nowhere, or it'll go someplace. But we'd rather somebody get it, that needs it.
Well, not to cut you off, Carolyn.
Sure.
Well, I just, for somebody that's a younger homeowner out there,
yes.
Maybe you just moved into your first house.
Yep.
Or maybe you have your first apartment. This is how you get the utilities. Don't go and pay all that money for the new stuff. You got a lot of time to...
I mean, dish sets, and they're all in sets, pots and pans, silverware, bowls, electric stuff, like that women use, or men too. Men do a lot of
Like the
cooking.
mixing and all that?
All that. We got it all.
Oh, man.
Yes, and it is priced too. If I have a grandson who's in college, and of course he had to set up his, so I says, don't go buy a list, but I'm a grandma too. Right. I says, I know what will be coming up. So that's a perfect, if it's your first home or your first apartment, or you're just in need of something and you don't have don't go buy something brand new because it'll look like brand new here.
Yeah.
We have a whole holiday section from Christmas to Easter, all of them. We have all that. Then we have the women's department, which takes up 2 rooms, of course. The women's department is huge. Unless it's priced, everything in that room is 50 cents. It doesn't care if it's got a $10 ticket on a dress or a skirt. You will get it for 50 cents. And we started something last year that was a success. If you want to pay $3 and you get your bag, and we get the Target bags because they're bigger, then anything you can get in that bag, you can take it for $3 through the week. This is not just a weekend thing. This is all week long because we get a lot of women's stuff. So anyway, and then we have a men's department, and we have a wonderful man that does that. Again, everything in there is 50 cents unless it's otherwise marked, and very little gets otherwise marked. The children's department is kind of one year we may get a lot, the next year we may not get much. But the same thing is in there. Toys are just a quarter. And again, and clothing will be like 25, 50 cents because we'd rather it go out than just have it at the very end. We have oodles and oodles of pictures and picture frames, and we will take electronics, small electronics, but we will not take computers. We don't take adult mattresses. We can take children's mattresses, or they may be there, but they have to be clean and nice and scrubbed off. That's kind of a law. Then we have a bakery. Oh, need I say more?
Well, that's what I was going to say. Well, and what I think is so amazing about this, because I've been a part of rummage sales, but when you walk into this one, you are walking into Macy's.
Yes, you are. That's a very good way to put it. Yes.
And that's what I think is just so amazing about this, and I'm glad you hit on that, because you all do, because last year I did peek my head in and saw how clean everything was.
Yes, it is.
I mean, it's meticulous how you clean.
Right. We also, with the 5As, any like shirts or anything that's either something we don't wish to, we don't even want to put out, or they're not clean or they're torn. We have boxes in each department, whether it's pillows, blankets, or anything. So the ladies know to put that kind of stuff in there, and then we take it down to the 5As to help there. So on our
wonderful.
bakery, you name it, we'll have it, and it's all priced. And again, it has to go out quickly too.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we're women, and it's an older church, so what cannot get baked, you can't even imagine.
I was going to ask you how that department's looking like.
It gets cleaned out.
Yeah.
It really, really does. It's so we have 3 ladies that work in that department, and they're wonderful with that. And then I need to speak about the men for just a moment.
Absolutely.
We did have a group called Chefs for Christ, age, disabilities, but one of those men is picking it up this year and continuing it on. And out under the portico, they are doing these are the biggest hot dogs I've ever seen in my life.
Are they the big ballpark ones?
They're great, big ones. They go to Troy and get these hot dogs.
Oh, wow.
They're very large. There's hot dogs, brats, and then they do green peppers and onions. They cook them, and they're all in a little container, and you can put, if you want them on there. And then there is hot dogs, brats. They have
chili.
Chili. They have chili if you want to make a chili dog, and it's not on my little my flyer because they made this decision afterwards. They're doing pulled pork, and of course it's all cooked right there. Yes.
No way.
Yeah.
Talk about a perfect weekend.
Yes,
I
it
mean,
is.
this is perfect too if you're a married couple or maybe
Yes.
you're dating somebody and want to try something to go out in the community. Let the shopper in your life go in and take on the
Sure.
rummage sale, and you tackle that massive hot dog that you're going to be eating.
Yes, and we have 2 or 3 gentlemen. The leader has told me it just comes because it's the brats and the hot dogs. But there's places to sit.
Yep.
But they also have chips and they have soda and anything that you would like for lunch or anything. Anyway, so the men, and I want to tell you, these men, all of the men in the church, we could not put this on without our men. I can't praise our men enough. They pick things up. They have them there to unload. They're wonderful. They really are.
And now, and that's what I think's really cool. This is
Yes.
such a team.
Oh, yes.
I mean, 100%, because you couldn't do this on your own. No one could do this on their own. And to make something this big of an event keep going forward and being successful is wonderful. And I wanted to ask you,
Sure.
Carolyn, for people dropping off items.
Yes.
Can they still do that up until a certain?
Oh, yes. They can drop off items until Thursday at 3 o'clock.
Awesome. And that's this coming Thursday or
No,
the Thursday before?
The Thursday before. It would be because it's the week of the. We start working on the 8th of April, so whatever 10th
It would be
whatever the date is for the Thursday.
It would be.
You can drop them off any day.
April the 4th.
Yes.
April the 4th is
That's
that cutoff.
the end.
Mhm.
So and they started, like I said, you can start dropping off at around 9 o'clock because we gather for a short meeting before that, and then anytime during the day until 3 o'clock. Oh, and then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday evenings from 5 to 7 for people that work and can't get there through the daytime. You can come and drop stuff off. Monday,
perfect.
Tuesday, Wednesday from 5 to 7.
That's anyone that wants to drop off and be a part of the rummage sale. And, you know, Carolyn, as you look back on the 25 years, do you ever get nostalgic at this point in time going, you know?
Yeah, there are some things. I think it's more with the people that have... See, people come up and say, you know, Carolyn, you really did a good job. Carolyn, somebody has to be silly enough to be the chairperson. And since I've been retired, I've done this. But the nostalgia comes from the women, like in our bake sale. When we started back in the old church, it was just a rummage sale.
Mm-hmm.
And then about the 3rd year I did it, I said, let's try a bake sale. Well, good grief, that just went over like a,
right.
Just bake it, we will come. And then for 2 years, there was a gentleman who was a cook in the Navy, and he did some soup and sandwiches. And then we just ran out of room. But then our new church was built, and this gentleman passed away. And so our new church was built, and we just decided not to do the soup and sandwich stuff. But I would say it's the ladies. There was 4 ladies at that time. At that time. They were just 4 little angels, older ladies, who wanted to do something, but they did not have the strength or anything. So with the bake sale, I says, you can sit and cut. So they got all of that done. They would absolutely positively come in on Friday morning at 10 o'clock. I'd have everything laid out, price sheets, all the equipment needed to do this, and they would sit and cut. But it was the camaraderie between them.
Yeah.
They all knew each other, and I would say, here it is. if you need any help, or they've done it for years, I says, just throw something at me. Throw a cupcake or something at me, because I'm not a helicopter person.
Right.
So anyway, and unfortunately, most of them have now passed. But we've got some new ladies coming in, and they're just as delightful. So it's work, but, you know, I always say, CJ, if every person takes a piece of the pie, then nobody has to do more than in one, and they work in the area they want to work in. You're perfectly content. If you're happy there, I'm happy there. And then you have the ones that don't care where you put them. They're kind of roamers. We need all of that. Mm-hmm. But I think it's probably those thinking about the ones back kind of in the beginning and how they would laugh and giggle and they would work very hard. And I think that's it. And so it's not a Carolyn thing. It is the entire church, and that's the way I look at it. You can only be as successful as your committee will go out and work.
Well, and on top of that, too, it's such a testament to community. I mean, it's a true community event.
Yes.
And from the third parties that are coming in, National Honor Society, ROTC, all the way down to the men's group.
Oh, yeah, they're wonderful.
And then, you know, just the folks dropping off items to donate to this. You know, I think that's the testament that for 50 years you guys have had a true community event, and especially in a climate now where it seems like a lack of community is starting to amass us all.
That our minister who brings that up periodically. Mm-hmm. You know, it's about community, and even before now I said, you know, this is getting a little too difficult and everything. But what I hear the feedback most is the community. And I personally, in most of my committee, I have 10 on the committee, there's 10 of us, I'll say no more than $2. One thing for sure, I'm blessed, most of the people in our church, but there are people also living on Social Security, $900 a month. And where $2 to me is not, at this point in my life anyway, that's not a lot of money for me to have to deal with. But I have watched as they've come through, and that $2 can buy something for some of these people, a meal or bread and milk or something, or maybe not both, but today. But you know what I mean? Yeah, and I says, as long as I'm around, please don't raise that. I know we could and other communities do, but this is for community anyway.
Right.
And also one more quick thing. All the ladies and men that work for me know. I'll give you a quick example. Mm-hmm. The year before COVID, I only walk like in the women's department. Do you need water? Do you need bag? What do you need? I don't. And it looks like a store anyway. Mm-hmm. I noticed this one woman who was over in the nightgowns and that area. And I could tell she was looking. I mean, she was so I went up and introduced myself. I don't mean a stranger. I said, can I help you look for something? And she says, well, I'm a nurse's aide in one of the facilities. Uh-huh. And she says, we have got women that only have one gown or no. And she says, I was just looking for these because I can get them so cheap. I says, I only have power 1 week a year.
And this year.
If you want to call it power. But I says, I want you to take, I don't care if you take the whole table. This is what we're here for also. You get what you need, and they will give you a sack. And then shop whatever you want to do. But when you go to this checkout, we have 2 checkouts. One in the where the women's and men's and children's area, and then the main checkout up front. Mm-hmm. I says, get a bag. And in fact, I'll bring you a bag. And you put in here what you need. And I says, I'll tell them out there that whatever you're getting for your facility, you do not pay. No, you do not pay for that. She says, well, I'll pay for my own. I says, that's fine. But anyway, so I went out and told my checkers out there, I said, she gave me her name, and I don't want to say anything about it. Anyway, and so I just went on my merry way. So later on in the day, one of the checkers said, the lady that had the gowns, and she didn't take all of them, but she took some nice ones, which that's what you want her to do.
Right.
I can't imagine having one gown or no robe or something, and so many in the facilities do, especially if they're on Medicaid.
Exactly.
So anyway, she sent a letter to the church, to me, and thanked for that kindness. I could tell stories all day, and I can't, but I could. On those, I say God leads me. It's a woman's gut feeling. I'm all about a woman's gut. Mm-hmm. When she sent a letter thanking me for letting her do that. Well, her thank you there was enough. But We go to the Lenten services every Wednesday here around the community. 3 weeks ago, we were in one of the churches, and I sit down. No, we had the Lenten was at our church, and I'm in there. I cooked soup. I was working, and of course, I like to go out and mingle. So this one lady says, "Did you work?" Just a second. She says, "You're the rummage sale lady, aren't you?" And I says, "Well, that's pretty much what I'm known as." So.
Oh no, we're fine. We just have more guests coming in.
So anyway, she said, "I want to tell you about a story about this lady." She told the whole story to me. Tears were falling. Oh, man. What that meant to her, and that was the sale before COVID hit. So anyway, it comes back. The fact that she remembered my name, and she says, "I want to give you a hug." That's the reward, CJ. It comes. You never know where it's going to come from. So thank you for giving me this time. I appreciate it very much.
Well, Carolyn, I put you in a little bit of a scare this morning when I forgot to write it down, but all I know is that I'm glad that we got to have this conversation. I highly encourage you. It's been on your screen for the last 26 minutes.
Good.
April the 13th, 8 a.m. until 10 a.m. That's the Saturday.
Yes.
However, you can get in for a pre-sale on Friday night on April the 12th, 4 to 7 p.m. with a $2 donation at Godfrey First United Methodist Church, 1100 Airport Road, just west of Cedarhurst, the 50th anniversary of the Godfrey Methodist Women's Club, rummage sale.
Yes.
And Carolyn, it's been fun talking with you, and best of luck, and I'll see you out there.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much, CJ.
We'll take a quick break. Our daily show continues next.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job, there's nothing holding me back anymore.
Dream Home Realty Center.
Hey, Sherry.
Talk to me, Dream Team.
We've got Joey.
Whether you're a seasoned pro or a weekend warrior, gear up with Falcommit and elevate your hunting experience. From rugged gear for the seasoned hunter to adorable outfits for the little ones, we've got your whole family covered. Literally, because the best moments are made in the great outdoors. And with Falcommit, you're not just wearing gear, you're wearing the stories of your adventures. Discover the joy of hunting together. Visit Falcommit.com and outfit your family for the next generations of memories.
We are Phillips 66 Wood River Refinery. We make the fuels that take us to work and our children to school. We make materials and energy products that allow us to stay connected to each other. We care about the quality and safety of our products because we care about the communities we share. Our employees live our values of safety, honor, and a commitment to act as good neighbors where we live and operate. We are Phillips 66. When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Welcome back. 9:49, Michael Taplin in the building. How are we doing,
Thank you. I'm doing great.
Coming up, we got some business to take care of at Edison's. Breakfast with the Bunny is Saturday, March the 23rd, but before we get there, we got to talk about something else first. Michael, how's everything going?
Everything's going good over in Edwardsville at Edison's in the Outlet Event Center. This Friday we have, I'll just jump right into it.
Yeah.
You can eat, drink, game, and watch first round teams at our NCAA kickoff party. It's $60 for a table of 8 or $7.50 for a single seat. All tickets include a buffet, and there's also a hoops contest and drink specials and door prizes, including a Yeti cooler.
So this is really cool. Let me see this real quick because I like whenever I get a nice flyer, something that's not has some spice to it.
Absolutely.
Okay? And what I love about this is that on Friday, March the 22nd, doors open at 5, 6 to 9 p.m. buffet service. 18 and over for you and your friends to go out and just have a good old time. Was this an idea that was conjured up just this year, or was this something you guys have done before?
This is the first time it's going to be held in the Outlet, our new event center that's our new versatile space for private events, corporate events, and weddings. So we've had similar events in Edison's, like in the lounge area, but this is, again, the first time that it's in the Outlet Event Center.
Really cool. And let's talk about buffet. How about some, every type of game day food you can think
Absolutely.
of? That's wonderful, man. Take me through this. So how does it work? What are the costs? What are the? How do we sign up? And do we register in advance?
You can walk in or register in advance. It's $60 for a table of 8 or $7.50 for an individual ticket. Visit edisonsfun.com or theoutletevents.com to purchase tickets.
Really cool. And now, with that being said, too, door prizes, what are they featuring?
Well, we're actually going to be, sorry, I misspoke. We're going to be doing a hoops contest, and all of those proceeds will benefit Fellowship of Christian Athletes.
Oh, cool.
So
really
the winner of that will receive a Yeti cooler, and then second and third's cash prize.
That's what I was kind of curious about, because I saw it, but I thought, I don't know, man, that Yeti cooler's a little tempting. I'm not good, though. You know what I'm saying? I think I'd lose.
You just have to make the most free throws. Make it till you miss.
So with that, on top of it too, Michael, I'm looking billiard, shuffleboard, and a little bit of foosball getting played as well throughout the night.
Absolutely. We have a lot of games in our event space that you can have at any time. So it's just a great night to skip dinner, and it's a good event to get out of the house, and it's a great kickoff to spring break and all that stuff.
No kidding. I mean, well, it's just a nice, especially with Easter weekend coming up, just to kind of let the hair down and enjoy a little bit on a Friday night.
Absolutely. Before the crazy.
Yeah. With the older adults, or, the older, children in your life. You have some 18-year-olds that are your kids, and you want to go have a Friday night. Well, it's safe and fun over here at Edison.
Yep, absolutely.
Really cool. And now, tickets for this are $60 for a table of 8 with
Correct.
the 8 buffets included.
Correct, yep.
That's a really good rate. And then the single seat, $7.50. That's incredible. I like this. Now, walk-ins are welcome, but you're paying $10 at the door, which is still really affordable.
Absolutely.
I like how you guys keep everything affordable for folks.
Of course, yeah.
So, coming up down the pipeline, literally the following day, is your staple event, Breakfast with the Bunny.
Absolutely.
Is this sold out yet?
Nope, not yet.
Not yet?
Nope.
Man, people love this event, though. So take me through this. Saturday, March the 23rd, 8:30 in the morning until 11 a.m. You can have some breakfast with the bunny. Fill me in all these details, Michael, because there's a lot going on this one, too.
There is a lot going on. We have 3 ticket options available. The first is going to be the breakfast buffet with the all-access pass, and that's $20 in advance or $22 at the door. If you're just feeling our pancake breakfast, that's going to be $10 in advance or $12 at the door. And then what's better for that, if you're an adult, you pay. If you have a kid under 3, they're free.
Really cool.
Absolutely.
I like that too, because there's so many families that have, maybe a 5 or 6 year old, but they have a little toddler, and it's
Absolutely.
like, can we still go?
Yeah.
Don't have to worry about it. And I just love this all access pass to $20 in advance or $22 at the door is just really cool. I just love it. So, well, you've been a part of this for a couple years now, Michael. What's your favorite part of these events?
I would say just seeing all the kids fall in love with the Easter Bunny, as well as whenever we host this event in December for Santa, just seeing all the kids either be fearful or all full of energy toward our special guest.
And I got to ask you, have you seen some pretty good reactions to the bunny?
Absolutely.
Do you get more criers than you get smilers?
More cry for
the bunny.
For
That's
the
what I
bunny,
was
yeah.
curious.
More criers, but for the all access pass, definitely all smiles.
That's true. That's a good point
Absolutely.
too. And now the pre-sale for this event ends on Friday at 5 p.m.
5 p.m. Yep.
And you can get tickets at the door still for that
Correct.
too?
Tickets at the door. Breakfast is served on a first come first served basis, and available until 10:30 in the morning.
There you go. And that's $20 plus about $22 after tax with that $1.72 tax. But you can't beat that. Breakfast and play, and that play includes all access pass to arcade, bowling, laser tag.
Yeah, absolutely. Enjoy the day. Enjoy the fun. Absolutely.
Well, what I think's cool too, Michael, is think about it. You go to breakfast with your family, your kiddos, and then all of a sudden you're going down to the bowling alley. You're going to be, or then going down to do something else.
Yeah.
You're going to be paying at least double or triple that, for that day, and you can do it all for a pretty affordable rate over here at Edison.
Absolutely.
Big fan of this. And I got to get back to this NCAA tournament here real quick because I am just kind of still, I'm in love with this one. I think this is a really great opportunity, and I love that you guys are supporting different organizations too with this. Is that
Absolutely.
something Edison strives to do?
Yes. We love our community outreach, our community service, giving back to not just Edwardsville, but all of our surrounding communities. We love the support that we receive from all of our guests from all different backgrounds and areas, and absolutely, we love giving back.
Now, are you a shuffleboard guy?
I am not a shuffleboard.
Out of all the games, from the billiards, the shuffleboard, the board, the foosball, what's the what's your A game here?
Definitely the hoops.
The hoops?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
And as we're talking about this too, guys, I just wanted to fill you back in on the 22nd because there's a couple of things going down the pipeline, and just a fun night is all this is over here at Edison's. Now, is there any laser tag or anything on Friday night?
Nope, that's all Saturday morning.
That sounds good. So on Friday night, you're playing billiards, shuffleboard, foosball. Of course, you're doing that hoops contest as well, and you're going to raise some money for the, what group is this again?
Fellowship of Christian Athletes. And all of our TVs around the space will be playing your favorite college teams, all that stuff to celebrate March Madness.
Do you have your picture winner yet?
No, I have not yet.
Oh, Michael.
I have not yet.
And wanted to point out, too, full service bar and specials offered on Friday night as well. Jameson, $3.50, craft drafts, bottled beer buckets, $14.50 for that bottled bucket, and then the Coors Light drafts, $2.50. You can't beat that. That's a great rate. That's a great deal.
And $8.50 Coors Light pitchers. So
oh, nice.
An even better deal.
Yeah, no kidding. And, I just really think to make a weekend out of this, because we've always had breakfast with the bunny, or we had the last, year or two, but to have this on top of it, are you guys looking to add more type of weekend-long events, even though it's not the same, just to have different events every day is really cool.
Yeah, it's something that we strive for, but we would also love for other people to book our events venue or book in Edison's. We feature all types of events. Everything from a class reunion to a birthday party to a wedding to a reception to an all-day meeting, a conference. We can do it all. So
that's for darn sure. And what's the number to call for booking a room?
I can do it off the top of my head. It's 618-307-5934.
There you go. It's the number to call. And this Friday night, if you're just tuning in, eat, drink, game, and watch the first round teams of the March Madness NCAA tournament kickoff party, March the 22nd. Doors open at 5. Buffet until 9 p.m., but it starts at 6. And then on that Saturday, March the 23rd, for a basket of fun at their annual breakfast with the bunny. How long have you guys done that at this point?
11, 12 years.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then what else is coming down the pipeline for Edison's that you want to keep us tuned into?
Absolutely. And I'll be definitely coming back in a few weeks to talk about this, but we have our third speaker series event in late April. Wednesday, April 24th, with St. Louis speaker Joe Fingerhut. He's going to be talking about how to turn the I can't mindset to how can I. He's a very intricate speaker, and we're excited to host him at our third speaker series event. And then what's next after that? We have our Mother's Day brunch.
Yeah, that's the big one.
That's the big one.
Man, people go crazy over that
absolutely. We'll expect that to sell out, and absolutely.
Well, and at this point in the year, is this where you guys start to get pretty busy with, with the temperatures warming up? How does that look?
It's busy year round in terms of events, but for walk-in organic, we would love,
That's what I was kind of wondering, especially when summer hits and then all of the kids are out of school too and need something to do.
Yeah.
Head on over to Edison's where you can truly enjoy the day. And then if you're older out there this weekend and want something new to do, because this is something that's really cool and not just going to the bar, the same old.
Yeah.
Spice it up a little bit.
Absolutely.
NCAA kickoff party for that tournament, March Madness, is on March the 22nd at 5 p.m. when the doors open. But I love this. A table is with 8 buffets is $60, correct?
Correct.
And then the individual ticket is $7.50. And then walk-ins are welcome for $10 if you decide last minute, hey, let's go try it out.
Yeah.
I like this a lot, Michael. I'm picking up what you guys are putting down here.
Awesome.
And then the call to action on Saturdays, you can take you and your little ones to go have breakfast with the bunny.
Yep.
And what's going to be featured in this again?
Complimentary photos and a pancake breakfast. Featuring eggs, bacon, sausage, and of course beverages.
Really cool. And then, Michael, is there anything else that I haven't hit on yet?
Just our spring specials, lunch April 2nd. Those are not on. Those will be on the website very soon. We'll be open at 11 o'clock all next week. 10 o'clock on Good Friday, and yeah, absolutely.
Really cool. And I really encourage you guys to stop by, Michael. I always love chatting with you. And it's crazy how this morning's flying by. Already 15 minutes into this one.
That's,
Isn't that wild? You just close your eyes and now it's 10:05,
Absolutely.
Michael, I always appreciate talking to you. Please come back in a few weeks and fill us in on the speaker series.
Of course.
And then, of course, the Mother's Day brunch that always just takes Edwardsville by storm.
Absolutely.
You can learn more at edisonsfun.com. That's edisonsfun.com. At 10:02, more of our daily show continues right after this. Is it time to buy, sell, or even time to consider a short sale of your property? Meet Lisa Webb, owner of 3rd Street Realty. This local, women-owned, family-operated realty group has over a decade of experience in foreclosures, first-time home buying, and so much more. 3rd Street Realty prides themselves on holding your hand through the entire process. Let their expertise guide you to your dream home. Visit 3rdstrealty.com and start your journey with Lisa Webb today.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trunked. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
DJ Mike Keith. This is where I am today.
Let me show you where I started.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
10:07, welcome back. 20th day of March rolling around the corner here. I'm still recovering from primary day, Tim. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
You have a night shift last night?
No, I'm actually off.
Oh, really? You're always working.
I know.
Well, Tim, it's been really cool the last couple of weeks to see you and Dustin, and I think even Brad one day walking up and down the Riverbender building, finding out that we're neighbors.
Yes, we are.
Welcome in. When did that start?
March 3rd.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And Riverbend Patriots is all about helping veterans, all service members, and first responders as well heal through fellowship and activities, correct?
Correct.
And now fill me in. When did you develop this idea?
So the Riverbend Patriots, I started about 3 or 4 years ago doing the GWAT Wall of Remembrance, bringing that in for veterans to heal, first responders to heal. It's what the whole point of that is for the healing and fellowship and doing that. And so probably, right before March 3rd, just started talking with Dustin, and we just ran with it. And within 3 or 4 days, we got an office upstairs on the 7th floor. It's beautiful views, the rooftop access. Went and got office furniture that was hugely discounted for us from Better Furniture over in Missouri.
Really cool.
Yeah, and we had a few things donated, but we've got an office up there to be able to do paperwork for veterans to help them out. They want to apply for a job online. We've got a food pantry up there that was hugely donated by Alton VFW 1308.
Big shout out. Thank you, guys.
Yes. Brad Yount is the junior vice commander or acting commander up there, so hugely helpful with that. We are currently trying to work with some folks to do VSO work, which is the Veteran Service Officer, which will help veterans apply for VA benefits and things of that nature. So mental health is a huge thing. We've also got a lounge area that's we've got a little fireplace, a TV, and a futon. We've got a high table with some chairs, but the big thing is the views. Looking out up there. And then with the coffee, we got a little coffee bar, Ozarkian Coffee, which Brad and Shannon's, they're veterans, both from the Marine Corps. Their coffee company, we're selling, I don't want to say we're selling, but we're using their coffee up there. We're grinding it up and brewing it up, and it's It is really good coffee.
I didn't know they had a coffee brand.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, congratulations. Why didn't they tell me? I would have had them on the show. We could have really talked about it.
I should have brought down some coffee.
Gosh, we should have. Now, I got to ask you a question here, just for the folks up on the second floor here. Do you guys do that for any other? You guys just come in and help us get a coffee bar and everything? I mean, you're telling me in 17 days, Tim, transformed it. You brought in did all these improvements, brought in a fireplace, set up some spaces. That's a pretty impressive turnaround in about 2 weeks.
Right. It is.
Well, and it shows you what you can do when you put your mind to something. And I really believe so, because if you want to do something, and if you have a plan, and if you really think you can do it, we can accomplish it all.
That's right, and extremely passionate about it. So it's our job as veterans to take care of other veterans, other first responders, and with that, it's mainly active duty. When I say active duty, active first responders and stuff like that. So they're still dealing and going on calls, seeing things that are horrible, dealing with those things and traumas. We're working with counseling services to get that stuff going. Kirsten Warden from upstairs on the 4th floor, she's a massage therapist.
Oh, she was on the show. She's wonderful. Yeah, she's wonderful.
She is top notch. She working with her as far as massage therapy is a big thing with PTSD. So working with her to get some veterans in to see her to help cope with that stuff. So
wow.
Yeah.
Well, and what I think is really unique, too, is you're using some of the space here at the building, knowing, hey, there are some people here that provide service in this building.
Right. And we're trying to get the word out there. We're still working on our logo. Phoenix 5, Tracy Ross is top-notch, is helping us get that going. And so we've been working with Bridget from upstairs. Met with her the other day to possibly utilize the space upstairs for some veteran outreach stuff. Doing some movies. I didn't know it. There's a movie theater upstairs.
Yeah.
And so we talked about doing a movie night, doing some popcorn stuff for veterans and their families, first responders and their families. Just kind of come out and do a thing. It's free of charge.
Yeah.
And we've already outgrown our space. So oddly enough, in that time frame, we held our first meeting 2 Thursdays ago, and we had 13 or 15 people show up. I'd have to look at the paperwork, but we've had 13 or 15 people show up in our offices, and we've already outgrown it. So we've got to get talking with Bridget. There's a conference room upstairs, and we're going to start using that.
There you go.
So
yeah, and heck, there's a lot of people that utilize that too. And Monday or every third Monday, every Tuesday. There's a lot of things, and then one of us has to normally go unlock the door because it's always locked. But that's okay. We always do it. But I love what you do, Tim, because Riverbend Patriots really is about helping, and in a variety of ways. Because I feel like sometimes organizations kind of handicap themselves in a way because of the services they provide, and veterans, and you know this better than anybody. Being in dealing with what you've done. There's so many services that veterans need that
absolutely.
You have to go to A, B, C, D, E, F, go back to Timbuktu and take a left to get some answers.
Right.
And, with this Riverbend Patriots group, a lot of that process can be started right here.
Absolutely, it can. And hopefully it will get that, and we get more folks to come in and stuff, and even in the mornings to come in and just have coffee.
Yeah.
And then going up on the rooftop, that is hugely helpful in decompressing as far as mental health goes. Going up there, having a cup of coffee, or just going up there to breathe that fresh air.
Right.
And the views are just incredible.
They really are, man. And what I think's really cool too is you're set up in a nice spot where you're already networking down to the 4th floor and working on massage therapy, which is great. That's a huge bonus. Are you looking to just add as much as you can in terms of services, in terms of opportunity?
Right. Just any resource that could be out there for a veteran or a service member, active first responder. We are working on that. Just anything you can think of, we are going that route.
Now, have you had folks reach out yet and say, hey, I don't know if you're looking into this, but I do provide X. I'd love to be a part of this.
That's actually kind of how we ran into Kirsten.
No kidding. Okay.
Right. So we just kind of met in the building downstairs, and we're talking and got talking as far as what she does and what we do, and she kind of offered her services, and I kind of asked as well. So, but yeah, there's people have asked to start donating, anything, and then it has ballooned, and so much appreciative of it. So
well, and that's what I love about it, man, because it really has. I mean, just the excitement that you guys have around it, and the passion that's there,
Right.
and you can see that when you all are talking and you're walking through and you're getting things done, and that's why I know that this is going to be a really successful group. I have no doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
And on top of it all, if someone stops by now and gives you a call or just walks into the office, what's some things they can expect? Is it them going just for help? Can they come to you for filling out paperwork for the VA? What are some of those options?
So they can come in. If they need to talk, there's an ear. There's always an ear there, so we can sit there and just chit chat. We've got there's 3 offices that are kind of connected together, so they can come in, sit down at the table. We can sit there and talk. If they want to fill out paperwork, we've got 2 computer stations that they can come in and we can start filling things out. Veterans also can do it themselves as far as that goes, but a lot of veterans just don't have access to either computers or internet.
Right.
And I do want to give a shout out to the owners of the building that are offering the free Wi-Fi here and are helping us out with this kind of thing, with moving on and building the program. But they can come in and fill out, even for a job. They want to come in and do for a job, or if they just want to come in and decompress, they can sit in the lounge. I just went and got blackout curtains to kind of help dim down some of the sun up there, because it does get warm.
Yes, it does.
But if they're wanting to play video games, so we got an Xbox One donated, a TV donated. We got a 55-inch TV up there for veterans to play games on if they'd like, because that is also a hugely decompressing thing. We've got Roku up there if they just want to come up and watch TV. Their kids are more than welcome. So all those good things. And
really cool. Well, and Tim, on top of that too, when take me through the hours too that the building or the office is open, just because I think that's important for folks to know.
So we are trying to maintain a 24/7 approach.
Whoa.
So I try to be here on my days off as much as I can. If we're not here, and then Dustin Dixon, which by the way is actually going to use his VA benefits right now to try to go buy another home.
Wow. Congratulations, Dustin. And the VA home loan is a really great incentive.
It is a good thing for veterans and stuff like that. And Illinois is actually one of the few states that actually offers very good veteran benefits. So a certain disability percentage rates, you no longer have to pay property tax. At a certain percentage rate, you don't have to pay for your sticker anymore for your vehicle.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's huge savings. I mean, not being funny about it. I mean, that's $157.
Right. That is a huge saving for veterans.
Man, I didn't realize the state of Illinois offered that stuff. I really didn't.
There's huge benefits out there, plus their educational benefits through their time in service. So, like the Montgomery GI Bill or the 9/11 or post 9/11 benefits. So.
Just talking with you, just a couple of minutes, I've learned so much talking to Tim, and I've talked to Tim multiple times.
Yes.
This isn't the first time we've talked. But to hear about this and know what we have a true resource, and you, Dustin, Brad, who's ever a part of the team, to really be there for folks and just for guidance. And, Tim, I can only imagine a lot of the times just having somebody to vent to, somebody to lean to.
It is.
And just have that kind of brotherhood again, and have that camaraderie.
And you hit the nail on the head. That's what it's about, is the brotherhood, the camaraderie, the fellowship, the healing. That's the huge thing. Like, I know for me and Dustin and Brad and the others that are involved in this, it's hugely therapeutic and healing for us to do this stuff. And so, and I apologize, I didn't get to hit much more on it, but Dustin is usually here in the later evening hours for folks. And so he has ran into a few veterans that have needed help and stuff so far. And since we've started, we've helped about 18 to 19 veterans, 2 service members, and 1 active firefighter. So not me, but
that's incredible.
So yeah.
But that's incredible. I mean, seriously, in the short duration of this, you're already out and doing what you said you were going to do with this group, or the whole group is. And Dustin, you're on my mind buying that house. Tim, whenever we're getting all the paperwork filed, how much longer do we have to go on, the 501 paperwork and all that goes into? Because that's a longer process.
It is. We just got the paperwork back from the state. Now I'm just working with the AG's office to get everything else finalized. And once that goes through, we'll be 100% as far as the 501c3, but we're still able to do donations as far as like the food and clothing stuff for veterans and stuff. As far as money, monetarily wise, we're holding off till we get obviously all the legal beagle stuff in there, because we don't want to violate any of those things and have the IRS come in at us. So
no, they're not nice.
No, they're not.
No. Hammer time. Oh, sorry. With that being said, though, Tim, can organizations donate items, though, right now, reach out to you and say, hey, I don't know if you need it, but I got this?
Right. And so, oddly enough, you said that. We actually have somebody that Ozarkian Coffee is donating another computer and printer for veterans to come in to be able to fill out applications online and for job stuff, employment, or VA benefits. So
I'm just impressed, man. I'm so excited to have this organization here. And Tim, I know that you and I are going to be talking for a lot longer, because now that we're neighbors, I can, have a shoulder to lean on. I say, Tim, no one's coming on the show today. What do you got going on?
I'll talk. I'll talk.
Is there anything else we need to know about Riverbend Patriots for right now? Who can reach out? Is there any, qualifying factors for those first responders, just to, get all the I's dotted on this one? Right.
So we're on Facebook, Riverbend Patriots. We've got an email set up right now. It's RiverBendPatriots.com, or I'm sorry, RiverBendPatriots@gmail.com. So if you need to send us an email, our phone number is on the Facebook page. We're currently working on the website with a few non-for-profit website builders, so where they offer free domains. So working on that and getting those things going. But if they come into the building, our information is on a paper on the wall. If they come up to the office, if the door's not open, there is a paper on there that has mine and Dustin's information on it to give them a call. And we both live 10 minutes away, and if I drive faster, I can be here. But we're right down the road, and if we've had a few veterans in crisis already where we've had to hurry up and leave home and get down here. So,
wow. And it just shows how important this organization is. If you're already experiencing that in the short period of time, we'll see what a year brings us, because it's a needed service, and just to be there. And Tim, I can't really just say enough how excited I am to have this service here, especially inside this building, and just add to all the great things happening inside of here, on top of Riverbend Patriots doing some really cool stuff here now too. Best of luck as the next couple weeks keep going, and whenever you're ready to come back on and fill us in somewhere, the door's always open for you, man.
Oh, we will, because here coming up in September with the fly-in, we'll have the GWAT wall and those things, and got a lot of things planned with that too. So.
Absolutely. With that being said, Riverbend Patriots, you can find them on Facebook. And if you need to utilize their services, they're here on the 7th floor, 702. Is that the suite
702.
number? You just go right into the lobby, hit that 7th floor button, and then you'll get up there. And if they're not in there, they're going to leave you their cell phone numbers. You can get in touch always. And Tim, just thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
At 10:23, we'll take a quick break, and we'll come back with more of our daily show right after this on RiverBender.com.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job, there's nothing holding me back anymore.
Dream Home Realty Center.
Hey, Sherry.
Talk to me, Dream Team.
We've got showing.
Whether you're a seasoned pro or a weekend warrior, gear up with Falcommit and elevate your hunting experience. From rugged gear for the seasoned hunter to adorable outfits for the little ones, we've got your whole family covered. Literally, because the best moments are made in the great outdoors. And with Falcommit, you're not just wearing gear, you're wearing the stories of your adventures. Discover the joy of hunting together. Visit Falcommit.com and outfit your family for the next generations of memories.
We are Phillips 66 Wood River Refinery.
We make the fuels that take us to work and our children to school. We make materials and energy products that allow us to stay connected to each other. We care about the quality and safety of our products because we care about the communities we share. Our employees live our values of safety, honor, and a commitment to act as good neighbors where we live and operate. We are Phillips 66. When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Hold on, I get this wrong. I'm looking at Kevin's notes. Sorry. Act like I didn't do anything. Folks, I just got a great note from Kevin Edwards here. I used the wrong lead-in song. Ashley Pryor in studio. Coming up this week, an Always Late TV Movie Awards show Saturday and Sunday. I'll be presenting. Ashley will be on hand, leading the charge. You have a tattoo of Meatloaf?
I do have a tattoo of Meatloaf.
So are you a fan, or did you do
I'm a major fan. Man, probably my entire childhood was to the soundtrack of Bat Out of Hell.
No kidding?
Yeah.
So
I've listened to that CD so many times. My mom had like 4 CDs in her car, so that was one of them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? My dad and I did the same. He would always have Bad Out of Hell or one of the Bruce Springsteen tracks playing. And honestly, that is such an underrated album. That has to be like one of the best albums ever.
Oh my God, it's epic. I'm
Like, you
getting
know what I'm
chills.
saying? Like,
I'm getting chills. It's like a whole story. I mean, I categorize it as like rock opera kind of.
Yeah.
Because like one song leads into the next, and it's just like, it's just so well developed, and Meatloaf's story is honestly like amazing too. He was looked over so many times. He had tried and tried and tried, and he was about to give up, and then someone finally like took on the album, and you know.
Well, and the rest is history.
Exactly.
And coming up down the pipeline, we've already talked with Bella just a couple of days ago, but now we're talking with Ashley about the Always Late TV Movie Awards show. Fill me in on your role this weekend.
I am a host, which is really exciting because I was only going to be a presenter, and then one of the hosts fell through, and I was like, well, Kevin, I mean, I could be a host.
Are you ready for this?
You know what? I'm going to just go in with full confidence and say, yes, it's going to be great. I'm not worried at all. It's going to be a great show. Like last year, it was so much fun, and so having a bigger role in it is only going to be even more fun.
Mm-hmm. And now you're co-hosting with Mary Jane, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And do you guys have some pretty good chemistry here?
There's a lot. So our story goes back to Kevin's first project, Local Ambition, and that was my first time working with him. Mm-hmm. And he built a lot of tension between me and Mary Jane's character, our characters. And so there's a lot of like tension between us. I personally, outside of that role, Mary Jane is just amazing. She's so funny. She's like, she's the greatest. But our roles in that scene or in that whole like show were just like, you know, button heads. Yeah. We had a lot of I kidnapped her at one point.
It happens. So just typical Tuesday.
Right. But it should be really fun to watch the two of us, you know, interact.
I'd say so. And then, you know, I think it's just really cool that, you know, these awards happen because, you know, short film and independent films, you know, regardless, are really just, there's so much hard work that's put into them. And I, you know, you can speak for it better than I can about all the dedication that you have, especially when you don't have the tens of millions of dollars of budget to use.
Exactly. It's pure passion and like the desire to just want to improve some aspect of your life or just like try some new thing. I have done a lot in my life outside of acting where I had to, you know, give a lot for nothing. And so it comes a little easier to me to like see the passion in something and the like desire to want to learn and get better and grow without collecting a paycheck. And so it's almost like there's more at stake when you're not getting paid or when there's like a lower budget. Because, I mean, all that you have to show for it is what you put into it, and like people's reactions are your payment, you know?
Right. Well, and while we're talking, just diving back into this, on Saturday, March the 23rd, you can hang out 9 a.m. until 10 p.m. over at Hathaway Hall and the Trimpe Building at Lewis and Clark Community College for the screenings. Those are happening all day long. Now,
all day long.
Do you have you seen some of the films?
I've seen only a couple of them. So I have a few friends that have decided to like take on a project, and so this was their first short film, and they submitted it. I was like, submit it. Come on, just put your film in. There's like, you know, there's no pressure. There's only an award show like later. Right. You might as well try. So I've seen theirs, and also Kevin's films that he has worked on are going to be screening as well, and those are the two that I've been in. So yeah. Well,
and we're going to be talking about that. I wanted to ask you a little bit more of Rio Rules the World.
Ooh, yeah.
So you are starring in Kevin's first feature.
Yes. Yeah.
This is cool.
It's super cool. So it's different for me because in the short films I've had like major role, and I'm also co-starring in Rio Rules the World, but my part isn't as like involved, so I get to take kind of a back seat and like have it a little easier, which is super nice. Bella is like, this is her baby, and I'm so excited because she's from like Local Ambition. She's been one of the people that I've worked most closely with, and she's just like amazing. And so having her like be able to take on this role and like carry it through like a full feature, I'm just so happy for her.
And now, how long is the runtime on the feature?
I'm not even sure.
Really? We'll find out.
Yeah. Kevin, where are the deets?
Yeah, come on now, Kevin.
Come on, Kevin.
Well, and now you start in Schmetterling, correct? And Bonnie Conway, P.I.
Yep.
I've heard a lot about this film. It was a short, correct?
Yep.
How was your interpretation of this?
Oh my gosh, it was so much fun.
That's what Bella said. She said the short was just wonderful to watch.
It was so like, it definitely gives off the 80s like PI vibe. And it was nice because Schmetterling and Local Ambition, those were like really kind of serious roles. They weren't as like fun.
Right.
Schmetterling was a thriller horror kind of vibe, and so I was like I had to play a very serious role and be scared the whole time. With Bonnie Conway, I got to just like let loose and be fun and tell jokes and like, you know,
enjoy.
Yeah,
and
it was a nice break from the seriousness.
I could see that, because if you're serious in a lot of your roles, then you're serious all the time.
Right. Yeah.
Now, which do you prefer? Do you prefer kind of the kind of comedy of an 80s nostalgic, type of film, or are you more of a serious type of actress?
I have respect for both. It's nice to be fun. And that was like almost a little easier. Because, you put yourself in the scared role, like it's cool to exercise that that kind of emotion, I guess.
Yeah.
But I love telling jokes and being funny. And so like to be able to like run that through like not only off camera but on camera is a lot of fun.
And you know, I gotta ask you too. I was looking at my notes that Kevin just sent me, and I knew there was an intimidation factor to you. I said, oh, this woman could kick my head off. There's no doubt in my mind. There's something about her. You were a kickboxer.
I am amateur kickboxer. I've had 4 fights. I started that while I was acting. It was kind of one of those little projects I took on in between like roles. You know, I got sober and I wanted to like do something with myself, you know, challenge myself. And that was what I landed on. I went to one class and I was like, I might hate this. And then I loved it and I went every day.
No kidding.
And then I started sparring and I was like, it's not as bad to get punched in the face as you thought it would be, you know?
And I think it's always good to be punched in the face, you know, once or twice.
Every now and then.
Just a good reset. Good reset, you know? No, I got to ask you, do any of your intramural activities, you know, outside of performing, you know, as an actress, do any of those come into play whenever you're performing roles or you're you know, performing a part?
You know, I think life experience is what comes in most when I'm like playing a part, you know, like I've never been a PI. I've never like had to rescue someone's son from Russian terrorists, but like I've had to solve problems, you know, and so like being able to bring that in. We did have a fight scene in Magnum PI. in Bonnie Conway.
I'm glad you did it because I was sitting here going, if I say Magnum PI, I'm going to be so pissed today. I'm going to...
In Bonnie Conway. Well, you know...
She was a PI too.
Right. I had the Hawaiian shirt. It was in the 80s. I solved problems. I saved the day. It's pretty much the same thing. I could have known Magnum PI. Who knows?
Could have.
There was a fight scene in Bonnie Conway, and that was when I was training like pretty heavily. So I got to use that, although I couldn't actually attack.
That's what I was asking.
You know, but I knew what to do, and I knew how to like, you know, not hurt somebody because I had trained already.
Right.
You know, practice control. Right. So that was cool.
There you go. Now, are you ready for more fight scenes?
Definitely. Oh my gosh. There was a wrestling scene in Bonnie Conway as well, and that was probably one of my most favorite scenes that I've ever, you know, had. It was so much fun.
What'd you do?
I wrestled 2 crazy goons. me and Bella. we wrestled 2 very large men. We won. Of course.
There you go. Did you hit him with a suplex? Anything fun?
I did a drop kick. I got to slap somebody.
There you go.
The like, you know, breakout move was a frog splash from the top rope.
There you go.
Which is kind of scary. Like, you're climbing up the rope and you're like, this is fine. This doesn't look that high. And then you get up there and it's like, I'm supposed to do what now? I'm supposed to jump off of this onto the mat? I'm supposed to fly off of this thing? And yeah, I had to do it about 37 times, and you know, it worked.
That's right. Well, you know, I thought it'd be fun to do a leg drop off the top rope for my finishing move. You know, jump off and land on your butt and drop the leg. Did it once. That's all you need to do because the top rope's really not that fun.
It's scary. It's scary. It hurts. It was taller than me, I think.
And possibly. Well, and now, Ashley, getting back to the sights and sounds of the weekend, are you going to be watching some of the screenings? Are you going to be there on Saturday?
I'm going to try to make it. I have to balance my work schedule a little bit, but I'm going to try and make it.
So thank you for saying that. So I always feel like I thought, what happens if every one of the presenters and hosts are there all day Saturday? Because I coach soccer and all that stuff, so I won't be able to get there too much.
Right.
I'm like, I hope not everyone comes on and goes, yeah, I'm going to be there watching them all day. And then I'm going to have to go,
well,
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, not the best, I'm a JV presenter, you know. So that's good. So it makes me feel better. Thank you for doing that.
Well, I'm also over in St. Louis, so to get out there is a bit of a drive.
About 45 minutes.
Yeah. So I have to balance my work schedule a little bit, but I'm gonna try and make it out. I didn't think I was gonna get to at all, but I get to sneak away. So
there you go. That's awesome, and especially and you know your line of work, you know, making things work is pretty tough. So that's great that you're able to have a couple of moments and go out and enjoy the evening. Now, what are you looking forward to the most?
I'm definitely looking forward to hosting.
Well, that would be a good thing.
Obviously.
That's Kevin. That's a good call then on your hosting.
Yeah, because it was a surprise, you know. Like, it was probably a month ago that he came to me and he was like, "Well, I've got some bad news," and I was like, "Well, I've got some good news. I'll step in, you know. I got your back, Kevin." And so it was, you know, I'm like honored and excited about it. Because I wasn't going to get to do it. Now I am.
Well, and you really want to do it, too. I can tell. I mean, that's what's going to be fun. Now, have you seen bad hosts of an award show? Have you seen some of them before on, like, the Emmys, the Golden Globes, you know, Oscars? Have you kind of figured out, like, your hosting vibe yet? You know, are you going to go for, like, a Kimmel, kind of laid back, maybe a little smug?
Yeah. That's the vibe. That's the vibe.
No kidding. Okay, I'm loving it. I can work with it.
I'm playing off of Mary and I's tension, and just so the character that we're following, her name was Valentine, and she was a jerk, and so you know I'm gonna just follow that all the way through, just, you know, full steam ahead.
There you go. And I got a question for you personally. Even though they're watching, I don't care. Do you have any tips for me on my speech? My presentation, 20 seconds here.
Are you improving it?
I have some notes. I always take bullet points, but I'm a pro wrestler by heart, so I pretty much improv a lot.
Yeah, just go with what your heart feels,
there you go.
Man.
There you go.
Last year there was, I think it was Best Short Director that he just let me, you know, do whatever, and I came back after I you know, announced it or whatever, and he was like, "That was a really good speech," and I was like, "Thanks, I made it all up. I don't even remember what I said."
And when she means short director, she means short film director.
Right.
You know, I do that joke with Bella too. She didn't laugh either. But, you know, with that being said, coming up down the pipeline this weekend, it's here. You got folks coming in all across the country, out of the country, from Japan, coming into Lewis and Clark Community College for the 2024 Always Late TV Movie Award Show. Mary Jane will be co-hosting with Ashley, who's sitting right over here. And then Saturday is all-day screenings, plus there's some workshop classes for improv and some other things throughout the day. You can stay tuned to Always Late TV Awards Facebook event page where all those details are there.
Yes.
And then on Sunday, red carpet's at 4.
I think it's at 4. I know. Wait, there's let's see.
My phone screen literally turned off right when I was doing. Okay, right
Mine
here.
too. Red carpet, 5:45 to 7.
Oh yeah, right here, and then 4 p.m. to 5:45. This is the
Steve
fun
Ewing
one.
Band, yeah.
Steve Ewing full band in concert until 5:45 in the Hathaway. That's a great venue. It's
gonna be super awesome.
That's nice sound in that venue too.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
And then 5:45 to 7, the red carpet. Then the awards presentation at 7 p.m. And there's 21 awards to give out. We're going to be there, and we're going to be having some fun on that Sunday night. Any words of wisdom for anyone that wants to come out for the first time?
Definitely take advantage of the red carpet. It's super cool to experience that. That's one of the really unique things that Kevin wanted to do with this award show is, like, you know, make it a spectacle, make it, you know, something to do, and it's free. So why not just take advantage of the entire night and dress up, go get your picture taken on the red carpet. Like, take advantage of that.
Really cool. Ashley, thank you so much for your time. And
of course.
I apologize for the little bit of a delay getting you on, but hey.
It's all good.
You know, just take it out on me on Sunday during the awards show.
All right.
Yeah, I'll see you at Lewis and Clark Community College, all of you, for the 2024 Always Late TV Movie Award Show, and I'll see you right here after a quick break. Oh, darn it. I hit the wrong button, Ashley. Is it time to buy, sell, or even time to consider a short sale of your property? Meet Lisa Webb, owner of 3rd Street Realty. This local, women-owned, family-operated realty group has over a decade of experience in foreclosures, first-time home buying, and so much more. 3rd Street Realty prides themselves on holding your hand through the entire process. Let their expertise guide you to your dream home. Visit 3rdstrealty.com and start your journey with Lisa Webb today.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trunked. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
DJ Mikey.
This is where I am today. Let me show you where I started.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Sitting in the sun, I'm sure it'll hit me when I walk through that door tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna miss her. Oh, looky there, I've got a bite. All right.
Really briefly, the time is 10:49. Coming up at Hainer Library, really cool things. On April the 3rd at 6:30 p.m., you can revisit the St. Louis sports memories you have with award-winning author and sports historian Ed Wheatley as he explains why St. Louis should be in contention for the best sports town in America. and he'll be talking about his book. Also, hey, the solar eclipse, it's coming up. And, whether or not, hold on, that always drives me crazy. I got to take this off. Whether or not, I think the most iconic picture ever is still, looking up into the sun during the solar eclipse. You don't have to do that because Hainer Library is giving out free eclipse glasses. Alton will experience a near total eclipse of the sun on Monday, April the 8th. You can stop by any Hainer Library location and pick up a pair of eclipse glasses while supplies last. This will be the last time the path of totality is visible anywhere in the United States until 2044. So get your eclipse glasses from Hainer Library now until April the 8th. And for more information on their upcoming events, Hainer.org, HainerLibrary.org/events. That's HainerLibrary.org/events. Let's take a look on this date in history. On this date in 1965, President Lyndon Johnson notified Alabama's Governor George Wallace that he will use the federal authority to call up the Alabama National Guard in order to supervise a planned civil rights march from Selma to Montgomery. Intimidation and discrimination had earlier prevented Selma's black population, over half the city, from registering and voting. On Sunday, March the 7th, 1965, a group of 600 demonstrators marched on the capital city of Montgomery to protest the disenfranchisement and the earlier killing of a black man, Jimmy Lee Jackson, by a state trooper. In brutal scenes that were later broadcast on television, state and local police attacked the marchers with billy clubs and tear gas. TV viewers far and wide were outraged by the images, and protest march was organized just 2 days after Bloody Sunday by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., head of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. King turned the marchers around, however, rather than carrying out the march without federal judicial approval. After an Alabama federal judge ruled on March the 18th that a third march could go ahead, President Johnson and his advisors worked quickly to find a way to ensure the safety of King and his demonstrators on their way from Selma to Montgomery. Also, on this date in history, in 1778, Benjamin Franklin, Silas Deane, and Arthur Lee present themselves to Francis King as an official representative of the United States on this date in 1778. Also, on this date in history, James Packard, co-founder of the Packard Motor Company, a pioneering American automaker, died at the age of 64 on this date in 1928. During Packard's heyday in the 30s, its vehicles were driven by movie stars and even business titans. In 1861, President Lincoln's sons, Willie and Tad, are diagnosed with measles, adding to the innumerable problems the president has to deal with at the time. Few presidents have worked as hard in the office as Abraham Lincoln did during the Civil War. In 1953, Khrushchev's rise to power began. The Soviet government announced that Nikita Khrushchev had been selected as one of 5 men named to the new office of the Secretariat of the Communist Party. Also, on this date in history, in 1345, according to scholars, this is alleged, according to scholars at the University of Paris, the Black Death is created on this date in 1345 after what they call a triple conjunction of Saturn, Jupiter, and Mars in the 40th degree of Aquarius occurring on the 20th of March, 1345. That's what they allege from the University of Paris. Also, a couple more for you. In 1995, at the height of the morning rush hour in Tokyo, Japan, five two-man terrorist teams from religious cult riding on separate subway trains converge on a station and secretly released lethal sarin gas into the air. That happened on this date in history. Also on this date in history, right after the primary day we had yesterday, the Republican Party can celebrate. In Ripon, Wisconsin, former members of the Whig Party meet to establish a new party opposed to the spread of slavery into the Western territories, and that party became known as the Republican Party. Hollywood's elite braved freezing temperatures on this date with strong winds to attend the 20th Academy Awards ceremony that took place on this date in history. Also, one final one for you. Uncle Tom's Cabin is published. Harriet Beecher Stowe's anti-slavery novel, Uncle Tom's Cabin, is published. The novel sold 300,000 copies within 3 months and was so widely read that when President Lincoln met Stowe in 1860,
landscaping season is here.
I knew they were going to do that. In 1862, he reportedly said, "So, this is the little lady who made this big war." That happened on this date in history. On this date in music, Kenny Rogers, the singer-songwriter, record producer, actor, and entrepreneur, did die at the age of 81. He charted more than 120 hit singles across various music genres. He was voted favorite singer of all time in 1986 joint poll by breeders of both the USA Today and People magazine, and also played here at the Alton Riverfront Amphitheater. In 2017, Ed Sheeran was number 1 on the UK singles chart with Shape of You. The song peaked at number 1 on the singles chart of 34 countries, including the US Billboard Hot 100. In December of 2018, the song became the first song to hit 2 billion streams and the most streamed song on Spotify. Shape of You also won the Grammy Award for Best Solo Pop Performance. In 1993, Shaggy was at number 1 on the UK singles chart with Oh Carolina, the Jamaican singer's first of 4 UK hits. In 1991, tragedy struck Eric Clapton. His 4-year-old son, Connor, fell to his death from the 53rd story of a New York City apartment after a housekeeper who was cleaning the room left a window open. The boy was in the custody of his mother, Italian actress Lori Del Santo, and the pair were visiting a friend's apartment. Clapton was staying in a nearby hotel after taking his son to the circus the previous evening. The tragedy inspired his song, Tears in Heaven. In 1991, Michael Jackson signed a $1 billion contract with Sony, the richest deal in recording history. Gloria Estefan tour bus was rammed by a tractor trailer on the way to a concert in 1990. Emilio Estefan and their son, Naib, were injured. Gloria suffered a serious back injury, which required operation 2 days later. Also on this date in history, in 1982, Joan Jett and the Blackhearts started a 7-week run at number 1 on the U.S. singles chart with I Love Rock and Roll, a number 4 hit in the United Kingdom. The song had been a B-side from 60s bands The Arrows. In 1980, 28-year-old Joseph Riviera held up the Asylum Records office in New York and demanded to see either Jackson Browne or the Eagles. Riviera wanted to talk to them to see if they would finance his trucking operation. He gave himself up when told that neither act was actually in the office at that time. Couple of more for you. In 1971, Janis Joplin started a 2-week run at number 1 on the U.S. singles chart with her version of Chris Christopherson and Fred Foster's song, Me and Bobby McGee. A few more for you. 1969, the day the earth stood still. John Lennon married Yoko Ono. They spent their honeymoon in Amsterdam campaigning for international bed-in for peace. They planned another bed-in in the United States, but were denied entry. The couple then went to Montreal and doing a bed-in at the Queen Elizabeth Hotel recorded Give Peace a Chance. Lennon also detailed this period in the Beatles' The Ballad of John and Yoko, recorded by Lennon and McCartney in 1969. One final one on this date in history. Elvis started a 2-week run at number 1 on the U.S. singles chart with Surrender, his 5th number 1 of the 1960s. It also made it to number 1 in the UK. The song, based on the 1911 Italian song Return to Sorrento, and that happened on this date in history. Before I say goodbye for now, I did want to always mention, we have some great supporters of this show, and last night, getting done a little bit later and then getting in here early again to make sure we provide you this coverage. The only reason we're really able to provide that coverage, quite frankly, is because of great sponsors like Centerstone. Centerstone is something that I'm really proud of, these conversations that we're having. The reason being is that Centerstone, they provide so many resources that I want all of us to know about, because, in addiction, you really don't need to know that information until you need to know it. And if you know it ahead of time, you're going to save yourself a lot of stress and a lot of hassle during a very serious situation. Are you looking for a fresh start on the road to recovery? A life free from addiction is possible, and it starts at Centerstone. Centerstone is a national leader in mental health and substance use disorder treatment for people of all ages. With a commitment to delivering care that changes people's lives, Centerstone's dedicated clinicians use evidence-based practices in their treatment programs. Now, this means the recovery care plan developed for you will be based on the latest science. There's so many unknowns on the road to recovery. One thing you can know for sure is that Centerstone will be a constant guiding force for you on your recovery journey. Addiction can happen to anyone, but so can recovery. Start working towards your recovery today by visiting Centerstone online at recoverwithus.org. That's recoverwithus.org. Or by calling 1-877-HOPE 123. I am out of time, but I will see you here live tomorrow for more of our daily show. So on that note, enjoy the sunshine today and just enjoy the Wednesday that it is. I'll see you tomorrow, and on that note, just try your best to stay out of jail.